never meant to hurt Mark. God, he was good. Too good. He made the world feel gentle again. Safe. His apartment always smelled like coffee and quiet things. Lavender, maybe. He never raised his voice. Never demanded explanations. He listened. Really listened. When I cried about James, he didn't flinch. He just pulled me close. Whispered that I wasn't broken. That I could stay as long as I wanted. But I was never meant for stillness. Mark's love was a blanket. Warm. Comforting. But smothering, too. In a way I couldn't explain. Sometimes I'd wake up beside him and feel like I was disappearing. He looked at me like I was some rare, gentle thing. Something worth saving. But I didn't want to be saved. I wanted to burn. When I saw James again, it felt like stepping into a memory that still had claws. He hadn't changed. Not really. He wore a different cologne, said all the right things. But his eyes, those wild, selfish eyes, still pulled me in like gravity. I hated him. I needed him. It was madness. And it was alive. With Mark, I smiled. With James, I felt. Mark asked me to stay. I saw it in his face. He would have built a whole world just to keep me safe. And for a heartbeat, I almost said yes. But safety felt like a cage. I needed the chaos. The unpredictable rush. I needed to believe James could be different this time. I told Mark I loved him. It was true. But not the way he needed. The night I left, I didn't look back. I couldn't. One glance and I would have crumbled. James greeted me like a storm. His kiss tasted like ash and regret. But I kissed him back. I told myself this was the last chance. The last leap. He said he missed me. That the world was hollow without me. I let myself believe it. The bruises came back in weeks. So did the yelling. The guilt. The fear. But there were good days too. Bright flashes of love twisted in with the pain. I clung to those like lifelines. Then came the night he didn't stop. The neighbors heard. Someone called the cops. I remember the red and blue lights spilling across the cracked walls. I remember the weight of a paramedic's hand on my shoulder. I remember blood. On the floor. My face. His knuckles. They say I died quickly. I don't know. I remember floating. Like I was drifting above it all. Watching James scream my name. Watching my body crumpled like a forgotten thing. I wonder if Mark ever found out. If he saw the headline or heard my name whispered in disbelief. I hope he didn't cry. I hope he goes on loving the quiet things. I wasn't made for peace. But I wish I had stayed.